Now, the Top Gun flight school is going to be more about all kind of cool stuff. We're going to have a Top Gun U.S. Navy pilot school, man. We're like the regular public. It's going to be cool. It's going to be like an adventure. You know, it's going to help with the Mars program too. Now, here's the page. Is an excerpt out of the Aviation Instructor's Handbook. Now, we're going to have a new handbook, but this is just an excerpt of some of the corrections, and I want you to know about them judges, man. The judge says, Judge Friedland says, hey man, can you fry this stuff up for me? We need a southern fried, good cookout. It's like a good cookout, yeah man. Like with education, man, we're gonna be passing out education like crazy. And says, okay, we could do this. So he says, yeah, we made some errors, man. And it's like, all right, errors are a natural part of the human performance. Sometimes I don't understand that, but beginners as well as the most highly skilled experts are vulnerable to error. And this is perhaps the most important thing to understand about error. To believe people can eliminate errors from their performance is to commit the biggest error of all. And that is the biggest error of all. They can, and they will. Instructors and learners alike should be prepared for occasional errors by learning about common kinds of errors. How errors can be minimized. See, minimized. So you can. See, how to learn from errors and how to recover from errors when they are made. And that's like Angel Flight School. So, the kinds of errors, and here's an error, so I've already got, one correction. There are two kinds of errors, slips and mistakes. You see? Now, there's only two there, it should be three. Trinity, you see? Nobody knows what Trinity is, it's like three. See? So, there are three misconceptions. You see? Three misconceptions. And that's not a colon, man. It's a semicolon for greater definition. So, slips, mistakes, and errors. You see? Errors. And I said it a long time ago, about 2010, 2011, 2012. I said, correct the errors and move along. You see? The errors. Can you see the air that's coming out of my mouth? No, you can't. And just like you can't see the Spirit of God, but you can feel it, you can see it and hear it with spiritual eyes, like Indian stuff, translating angels and aliens, man. But can you see the air I make when I speak? You say, yeah, man. Well, okay. Correcting the errors. Oh, like A.I.R.S. You see? Angels, in resurrective services, or angels in revival services, or angels in, restorative services, aliens in restorative services, Americans in restorative services, or emergency rescue services, educational restorative services. Now, errors or, and somewhere in the book they wrote it too close together and they missed the S. So they said, man, the super stuff they left out, oh man, well that was the errors with the S in the wrong place and the or needed to be moved over because somebody was dyslexic. And so he said, the judge put in the court paperwork, he says, hey man, we need that official rescuing education. Can you help us out? And I was like, yeah, I sure can. I don't know about any falls, fallen angels. I don't know. I ain't seen none of them. Did you? I didn't. So we get rid of the falls, We call it slip and falls. What falls, man? I see somebody might have slipped and made a mistake or, err. Didn't have the right communication, language barrier, the errors. There's a lot of different dialects and errors, So, you say, Aramaic, ancient Aramaic, it's like Indian translators, man. Those emergency rescue services, they'll call them ministers, preachers, God-fearing Americans and citizens around the world. So anyways, it's going to be silver, man. You see, the Clear Vision 2020, it's 2021. And then what happens is there's two locations, right down the center on both sides of the fence. So when you get rid of that, you go 2021, and then you go 2022. He goes, what do you mean? Well, if you get a location with that 22, you're like a not a bullet, a spiritual bullet, man. Like a educational train, man, like a bullet train, just right around all kind of good ideas. And you wait till you see this new aviation instructor's handbook. It's gonna be coming out 2022, man. It's gonna be the Top Gun flight school, man, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be like having silver wings, man. Pure thoughts. Pure fuel. Fuel alternative. All kind of stuff, man. It's gonna be cool, man. And they're gonna say, U.S. Navy, man, was pretty cool dude, a bunch of them, submariners, mariners, it's pilots, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, National Guard, you know, and then Clear Vision 2020, man. The Fraternal Angel Association made this book in 2020 just for the Clear Vision 2020. You guys didn't know that, man. They were working hard, man. Look at all this stuff. You know how much it takes to write all these pages for a project? See? Very good work, man. And wait till you see what's coming out in 2022. And you think the Federal Aviation Association, see? Federal Aviation Association, that's Fraternal Angel Association, man. You won't believe what we're gonna come out with next. You'll just wait and see.